There we go. It's Jim and Pokemon. PSA Returns. Deuces. We got two right here, guys, and they look pretty good. Notice here on this one there's a little sticker at the top, and it's kind of like, I guess they were doing some of the label and just stuck it on top of a box. We'll save that one for last. Alright, let's go on and dig into these. Again, don't know the grades, have no idea what's going to be in here. You can see it looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Got the paperwork and everything on top. And I do it all in one take, so you guys know, like, I have no idea what these are. Alright. And first up. Ooh, I don't know. PSA 9, Weedle. Oh, man. Starting off with the Legendary Collection, PSA 9. It's okay. It's almost expected when you get to LC. Again, just really hard set to grade. Next up, let's see. Ooh, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, PSA 9 in Arena. Oh my gosh. All right. So, I mean, 9LC. I say it in every video, but at least I'm consistently getting 9s. At least you guys know I'm sending off mint cards. I mean, these cards aren't mint. They're just really hard to get in a 10. Next up. Ooh, PSA 8. Kabutops. Again, this card looks pretty good. Wonder why I got the 8. Yeah, probably just edge wear and stuff in the back. Not really sure, but I'll take a look at it later. Alright, next up. I think this is a good candidate. This card looks good. Oh my gosh. PSA 9 Golem. It's like every time you think there's a chance. Again, I had a few submissions back, and you know the grades were pretty rough, but then I had a few that were really good. It's just kind of back and forth, tell you the truth. No 10s yet. PSA 9 Butterfree. I think this is one of the cards that has a pop 0 and 10, something like that. It's, I think, just one of those cards. All right, this is not the E-Series Japanese, but it is Japanese. Nice, Gym Man 10. Gym Challenge, or Gym 2. Misty's Gyarados. Next up. Nice, Jungle Nidoqueen. Again, when it comes to Japanese, it's like I expect 10s almost. But again, the cards I'm sending, they're all mint. They all look pretty good. Next up, PSA 8. So right when I make a snarky comment that I expect 10s, of course, PSA says, there you go, man. Just taking one for the team. PSA 8. And other than this being like off center, because you can see on the left side, it's a lot smaller on the right. I mean, the corners look pretty good. No edge wear that I see. I mean, even the hollow looks pretty good. I don't really see any scratches. I'm really not even sure why they got an 8. Might be like surface gloss. You can see it looks a little faded up here. I don't see scratches, just like a thumbprint or something. Sometimes you just don't know. So, next up. Yeah, what is that? PSA 10 Vileplume. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, we're having a little comeback here. It seems like every returns starts with a stack of 9s, and then it just mixes up from there. Next up, PSA 10 Scyther. I thought that one was... I thought the centering on the back wasn't perfect, so I wasn't quite sure. But hey, even the centering on the front isn't quite perfect, but I guess it's still within the parameters, though. So, Gym Man 10. Alright, next up. 10. Nice. PSA 10 Pinsir. I love the jungle set. Those original cards. Next up. Nice. Nice. Vaporeon. PSA 10. And this hasn't happened in a few videos, guys, but look at that. 10 stacks bigger than 9 stack. Alright, next up. Nice. Neogenesis PSA 10. This is starting to turn out to be a pretty good submission. I mean, anytime you get an LC and a 9, it's still a good grade, just from experience. And so you can't complain when, you know, you don't get 10s on those. Next up, PSA 10 Light Dragonite. Very, very nice. And it looks like there's a little black speck down there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. But I wonder if that's just a little speck on the card. Maybe that's like an ink dot. Yeah, it looks like an ink dot almost. I don't know if the quality has gone down for you guys at all because I'm so zoomed in. Yeah, it does look kind of like an ink dot. Not entirely sure. I wasn't sure if they had like a speck and it just sat at the bottom because I was like, all right, that's definitely not a 10 if that's like a piece of dirt stuck on there. But it looks more like an ink dot to me. All right. Nice. Little Neo 4, Neo Destiny. Again, this cardboard, they put these boxes in, it just gets all over the cards. Probably 9. PSA 9, Nidoking, 1999. Yeah, it's got a little factory line like right there. You can see that. There you go. And a little nick up here, down here, and there. So a lot of factory nicks on this. And these don't, I mean, this bottom right one looks like edge wear or like corner wear, but it looks almost like it came out of the pack like that. It doesn't look like it's been handled too much. And that's a factory line. I mean, that's not like someone playing with it. So sometimes they just come straight from the factory, straight out of the pack with those lines. Nothing you can do about that. Sort of luck of the draw. All right. Last box. All right, all right. Ooh, this one's full too. This one's very full. Get the scissors out of here before I do something bad. All right. Ooh, 9. Ooh, 8. PSA 8 Dark Golbat. Yeah, some of these Team Rocket cards, ooh, there's even a factory line right there. And you can see there's some edge wear at the bottom down here. And at this little top corner up there too. So again, I'm starting to have a lot of things with factory lines. I don't remember sending off that many cards in the past with factory lines. I mean, that clearly that wasn't scratches. That was, you know, straight factory line. I'm gonna go with an 8 here. PSA 8 Dark Alakazam. Again, edge wear in the back. No factory lines. I mean, that's a clean card. Look how clean that is. Centering is great. Fantastic centering. It's just, you can see the edge wear at the top up here and also at the bottom down there. I mean, can't get a 10 with that stuff going on. Again, it looks like another Team Rocket card with the same wear, so it's going to go with an 8 or a 9. Nice. And this one does have a factory line, so see, very, very similar. So I'm kind of curious as to why the Golbat gets an 8. When look, like from the same sheet, you can see the factory line on both. And the Vileplume might, no, thought I might saw another line on there. Turn these around, keep the Golem on the right here for you. Again, very, very similar wear. Oh, Golem does have more edge wear in the bottom right down here. Yeah, that is worse. So, good job, PSA. Staying consistent with the grades. I'll take it. Again, you know, if a card's a 7 or an 8, you know, it is what it is, as long as it's consistent with the grades. This one looks good. I'm going to go with a decent chance for a 10. 60% 10, 40% 9. Oh, and it's a PSA 9. I thought I had a chance, and no real factory lines. Again, just sort of looking now, since all of them have a great centering, solid back. I mean, the back is very solid. The only thing I saw was down here in this bottom right-hand corner. Right there, that little bit of edge wear is all I could see. I mean, it's even really hard for you guys to see too, but it's just slightly off. In my own opinion, I would consider this to be a great regrade candidate. I mean, it's just a good-looking card overall. I mean, look at the back right there. I mean, that's a very nice-looking back. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong other than that little bit of edge wear, and that was even pretty hard to see. So I'll put that in the 9 stack. Might consider regrade on that one. Next up, ooh, another close one. Oh, and it's another PSA 9. Again, I don't see anything wrong with this card. I mean, centering is very, very good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Yeah, I mean, just small little nick down here, and, you know, 10s get those all the time. That's definitely a factory nick, so 2 great regrade candidates. I will probably bust those open. All right, next up, Ooh, 9. Oh my gosh, it's a 10. So, oh my gosh, and this one looks very similar to that one. You know, look at that. Hollow is beautiful. Nothing wrong with that hollow right there. Centering is great. Flip it on the back. I would say this little nick down here in the bottom, and let me put these two cards beside each other. Let's see here. So you can see, there you go. So Raichu on the bottom. Raichu, the nick, let me make sure I get this focused for you guys. Raichu, I would say the nick is a little bit more significant. Like it's deeper, but there's like one nick. This card, it looks like there's two like little nicks, but they're not as deep. Of course, this card gets a 10, this card gets a 9, and let's take it back. All right. So again, I guess that little bit more of a significant nick gave it a 9, but hey, 10 worthy card, I don't know. It's just they're so close, difference between 9 and 10. That's why a lot of people decide to regrade every now and then, because there's a chance that the next guy might say, oh, you know, that's within the parameters, because these are 9s, 10s, and 8s, but the grades still are subjective to the grader. I mean, I think every card is seen by 2 graders, maybe 1. I have to double check that, but I mean, it's subjective. It's someone's opinion based upon standards that have been written. So, next up, ooh, you guys see that little stain up there? Let's see if it gets a 6, or let's see if we get lucky. PSA 9, Lapras. Yeah, this is definitely a card I wristed on. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some light scratches at the top up here. And the hollow foil is actually there's like lines going through it. It's not print lines, but it's like hollow foil pattern lines. That makes sense. I know a guy really needing this card to complete his unlimited PSA 10 fossil set. So if I get one of these, I'll definitely trade it to that guy, because he has 3 or 4 other cards I need, and he has duplicates of them, but he won't trade the duplicates. Or he will trade the duplicates, but he won't sell them. All right, let's go with a 8 or a 9. I'll take a 9. Magneton. Again, just a little corner wear on the bottom there. Keep it going. Next up, PSA 9. Neo Discovery Unlimited. We'll speed up a little bit here for you guys. Back looks a little off center. Again, not really sure what else is wrong. A little nick down here, maybe a 9. Houndoom. Very nice. And the fire symbol actually looks really cool with that dark background. That's actually pretty cool looking. Again, hollow pattern is just perfect, but you know, 10s are pretty tough to get. Next up, Yanma PSA 9. Again, little factory line through it, but overall, great looking card, great aesthetic. It's very appealing. All right. Next up, keep them going. Oh, like Arcanine from Aquapolis, PSA 9. I was not expecting an Aquapolis card. I must have snuck that in there. I had very few of those in these rounds. So I've actually been extremely lucky with this card. I thought this one was going to get a 10 when I sent it off. I think I've gotten 3 of these in a 10. Just some like ridiculously high number that, you know, for a rare card, a cool card, sometimes you just get lucky with the cards you get, just being well centered and, you know, being in mint condition. So some Japanese E series, you can tell from the back of the card. PSA 10 Meganium, first edition, and I'm assuming most of these will be 10s in the same set. So PSA 10 Ampharos. Next up, PSA 10 Cloyster, and PSA 10 Raichu, and PSA 10 Ledian from Split Earth. Last, but certainly not least, PSA 10 Macargo. Again, I had no idea those were 10s, but every other submission I've sent off, they've all gotten 10s, and they're all from the same lot that I got. And so you just have to assume that they're all going to do pretty well. So overall, not a bad submission. I mean, you can see the 10 stack is definitely higher than the 9 stack. Again, a majority of these are Japanese, so the English cards are probably much lower. I got 2 great regrade candidates in there, and then a short stack of 8s. So again, 8s, I do expect a number like this. I don't want it, but again, it happens. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, take care.